Hey, good morning. Welcome to Swahili Sunday. And if you're joining after the fact, thank you so much for joining and connecting here on what is Valentine's Day in many places around the world. So obviously I want to talk about love today and the love word in Swahili. We will be joined by Layla in Kenya to share with us what's going on over there. I'm looking forward to being able to go sometime soon, prayerfully. It's been 1 year since I've been to Kenya, and I really, really miss the ladies. So my Valentine's color is a shade of pink. I'm wearing a shade of pink today. I think my colors are more pink related than red. So I'm wearing a little pink. I didn't have a pink headband, but I'm wearing a little fun headband for Valentine's, and wanted to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. I did post on my personal profile something funny that's happened to me since, I guess, a couple days it started. I noticed on Thursday before Valentine's weekend that I was getting a whole bunch of fake profile requests. Now, I had a problem with this before. I would get at least half a dozen or more fake Facebook profile friend requests every single day. And someone told me if I changed my profile to be only friends of friends, that it would cut that, and it did. So I would get one here and there that maybe a friend had accepted the friend request, and I would get that, and that was few and far between. But starting around Thursday, I think I've deleted a dozen or more fake profiles. And how do I know they're fake? That's a whole different story. But since then, and I can only expect it's got something to do with Valentine's weekend and they're targeting women. I don't know. It's interesting. I do have a way to tell a lot of time. I wrote blog posts about this a long time ago. I actually, from my blog posts, saved some women from getting scammed by romance scammers. There's certain things in the profile that you can look at and realize that it's fake. And some of it's the name, or some of it's like, there was one that had a picture of somebody my age and their date of birth was 1993, which it's the year my son was born, and my son's 27 years old. So, yeah, something didn't match there. And one of the jobs said C-Man. C space man. That was the company he worked for. It said I works at C-Man. That was funny. So anyway, I reported some of them to Facebook, and they said, oh, it doesn't violate our community guidelines. I'm like, it's obviously fake, but it's all right. I just delete and block. But I just thought it was interesting that I'd had so many. But anyway, while we're waiting for Layla to kind of join us and talk about what's going on there in Kenya, I wanted to share the Swahili word of the day. Actually, I have two words to share. One that I always end, you hear me end my broadcasts with this, Nakupenda. Nakupenda means I love you in Swahili. And Nakupenda sana, let me put that up, Nakupenda sana, so you can see what that, I should have put that one up too. Keyboard doesn't want to type. Nakupenda sana means I love you very much. Sana is very much. And so Nakupenda is I love you. Nakupenda sana is I love you very much. Upendo means love, basically. That's the word for love, but Nakupenda means I love you. And I always end with Nakupenda. I end all my broadcasts with that. I end all my blog posts with that. I think love is very important. And today on Valentine's Day, it's a day that we celebrate love. We celebrate by giving some gift to a loved one, connecting to a loved one, telling the loved one that I love you. I think there needs to be more upendo, more love in the world. More people need to be showing love to each other instead of so much hate. I'm still on, I listen to a few things here and there to get the facts about things that are going on if I can. It's hard to do these days, but I'm still very much, I don't get caught up and I don't spend a lot of time. I obviously do for my business have to post things about baskets and beads and be on social media answering people's comments or I'm starting a thing on Friday. I'm going to do live sales on Friday. I've kind of taken a hiatus from Tea Time Tuesday for the moment. I may do some special Tea Time Tuesdays where I have special guests here and there, but I'm not going to do a weekly show. This is going to be my only weekly show right now. And again, the intent with this is to eventually start interviewing our ladies so you all can meet the ladies. And as we're waiting for Layla to join and tell us the status over there in Kenya, I'm just gonna share a little bit about what's going on. And on this end, we're getting ready to do some ad campaigns for our online store. You can, if you want to check out the online store, I'm adding more products daily at basketsandbeadskenya.com. We are still, as I keep talking about, we are still helping our ladies by providing them food packs. So if you would like to donate to that project, it's basketsandbeadskenya.org. .org is the nonprofit site for donating to the ladies in Kenya. Right now, it's going for food packs. We've also provided uniforms for school. Eventually, as the sales start to increase and they're able to be self-sustaining to get their own food, we'll probably continue to help with school fees or uniforms or things like that, and eventually start a building fund to build some place for them to manufacture and actually real housing to get them out of that slum. That's the biggest goal that I have for the ladies there, and actually getting kind of an agricultural program going where they can farm and plant and where they can grow their own food and then also sell some food so they can earn incomes. It's the multiple streams of income thing. We're teaching them how to be entrepreneurs. This is a hand up, not a handout. Obviously, right now we're having to give them a handout because there's the sales. We're still having some sales here, but I took a job in order to pay the business expenses. I talk about this all the time. I wanted to keep the business going, and the profit it's just not making enough to support the business expenses and also support ordering more from the ladies. So we just are still raising funds to make sure that they have food at just the basics. I mean, there's nothing extravagant. It's the basics of, and if you go to basketsandbeadskenya.org in the blog there, it talks about what's in a food pack. It's basically 2 kinds of flour, some cooking oil, some soap, tea leaves, maybe some charcoal so they can light a fire to cook things, sometimes green grams, which is like lentils, sugar, some salt, things that they normally would cook with beans and corn. And sometimes we have some little leftover to get them some biscuits for the kids or whatever, and maybe some sanitary pads and things for the ladies and the young girls. But it's just the basics, and we're still doing that, and we're going to keep doing that until it gets back to sustainability for them, for us here, and for them over there. The markets are still not open. They're slowly starting to get back to civilization, and Layla's going to come on in a little bit and tell us how things are over there, because I think March 12th is the date that their president is going to be actually making an announcement how much more the country is going to open, which is why I haven't gone, because there's no sense in going. I don't have to quarantine from what I've read. I've been reading online for the Kenya rules for travel and the State Department rules for travel, and I would have to have a COVID test. I don't have to quarantine when I get there, but really I can't move around much, and there's no gathering, so there's no point in me going because I can't gather with the ladies. And I think you can probably gather with people in your house, similar to what we have here, but it's a little bit complicated. So I'm waiting until things are more open so I can go over there and actually see them and work with them and see how they're doing and start getting back to where we were. We were getting very close to sustainability before COVID happened. My orders had increased to maybe every 3 months. I was working on getting it to monthly because we were selling. A lot of times when I speak, I take paper beads, and I sell a lot of paper beads when I speak. And I had some other ideas for live events. Like if you're actually running a live event, instead of buying a lanyard that somebody throws away, why not buy a paper bead necklace? I have a way to clip on the badge, and it could be a long paper bead like this or a medium paper bead like that one there, which hangs about the same length. And then instead of somebody throwing away something and it going into the trash, it would be something sustainable that they could keep. But until we get back to live events, we're not going to be able to do that. But that's an idea that we had as well, to actually have these used as lanyards for events, which would be a great, it's a sustainable product to begin with because it's made out of magazines. So hopefully once we get back to events, I'm going to be able to start getting people to do that. That would make a market for the ladies instead of buying a lanyard. Yeah, it's great to have a lanyard with the name of the event on it, but what happens to those? They end up in the trash. So why put those in the trash when you could use something like this? But until we get back to events, that's probably not going to happen. Oh, I see Layla's joined, so let me bring her in. Excited to see her. I haven't talked to her for a little while. Oh my gosh. Yay. Oh, hi, I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you.
Hi,
it's good to see
How
you.
are you?
I'm good. I'm
nice.
Good to see I'm in Valentine's colors. Yes, today. It's like, I'm in my little space with all the beads behind me. But the beads are now not in the for anybody listening. My son moved back home for a few months, and the room that is his room now was my beads room, and all the beads came out into the living room and they had to be put into the storage, and that took a while. So I can actually walk through my house now. It's great.
That's nice.
So I was just talking about my favorite word to use, which is Nakupenda. And then Nakupenda sana, which is I love you very much, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm always saying that to you because I love you and I miss you, and today is Valentine's Day here and we celebrate love. So it's good to see you. You look great. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. You too. How is your wrist?
It's getting better. I've started physical therapy and I have to do these exercises that make it hurt, but the doctor said that that's going to take, so this is a normal bend and I'm here. So it's a bending almost. It's almost. And then this is
almost.
Yeah, it's almost. So
yeah.
I'll be able to ride a peaky when I come to Kenya.
Oh, that will be amazing.
Yeah, we still have to plan that because David was like, oh, here, you get on the front and I'll get on the back. And I'm like, I've not ridden in Kenya and it's crazy here. So I need to follow somebody. That's how I learned to ride in a place. I could do it, but I was like, everybody's going to be like staring anyway. So
yeah.
Especially now with this hair. So
oh yeah, now you're just too white.
Right. It's like, yeah. I'm like Marissa, my daughter calls me the whitest white girl. So I'm sure
yeah, and she has black hair.
Well, my hair used to be dark like that. It used to be really dark like that. And this is COVID. This is God's masterpiece of what he's done with my hair.
Nice, but it looks nice.
Yeah, I like it. I'm surprised, but well, so how are things there? How are things going there? How are the ladies?
Things are good. The numbers are going down. That's the best part of it. Like the COVID numbers are going down. Things are up. The schools are back on. So that was like the major step. And we've not had any, kids having COVID. So that is good. The, yeah, so that's great. The ladies are good. All the kids are now in school. Yeah, all the kids are now in school because we had the 13 who had not joined. Even Elkanah, we found him. He's in school, so we thank God for that. And the ladies are doing well. I talked to Dorcas yesterday. She's fine, and everyone is fine. So we thank God for that.
Oh, that's good. I miss them so much.
Mhm.
And I'm the actually, so I don't have them on the online store yet because we just did a test by getting some pillows, and
Mm.
4 sold yesterday at the market that I was at.
All
Four,
of
four,
them?
four, four,
Four.
four. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So
Nice.
one lady took 4 actually, and she just wanted the covers. So that's what a lot of people do. They already have the
Mm-hmm.
pillow form at home. So I put 4 of them in the fair trade store, and I think I'm going to tag the rest of the pillowcases and put them in the store and see how those go, and then get some more to start selling online. I think they're going to sell. People just love the colors and the fabrics. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
and then,
that's
it was
nice. Yeah,
yeah, it was
I
a
loved
small,
them too.
yeah, they did such good work. And it was a small market yesterday. It was our normal market. And the
Mm-hmm.
things that mainly sold were the pillowcases and the spoons. People were
Ah,
buying up spoons too. So, yeah.
nice. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I hadn't been sharing this online yet, but it's just like we're looking for other things that would sell right now because a lot of people aren't
Mm-hmm,
buying
mm-hmm.
jewelry. So there's been a couple pieces sell at the store, but mostly people are buying kind of household things because nobody's going out anywhere. People are buying
Mm-hmm.
headbands. I have to put the headbands in the store, the new headbands I got. This is a different one, but
Mm-hmm.
they those were almost all gone from the ones that I brought back last year, and
Mm-hmm.
so I need to refill that. And all the masks are gone, and I know new masks are going to be on the way soon. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, those are selling. So we're just looking for ways to give things for the ladies to make that'll sell right now until we get back to some semblance of
Yeah,
normal, I guess.
it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Mm-hmm.
here in the US, the way things work, it depends what state you live in. So the California's opened the restaurants back up for outdoor dining. Like everything was closed. They closed everything back down. That hair salons and nail salons and things are 25% capacity. So those kind of things that have been closed for months are opening back up. So hopefully they'll move to another, and we're starting to get the vaccines here. People they're in California, it's if you're over 65 because that's the most at risk group, and then
Mm-hmm.
they're still vaccinating those people. And so hopefully this year will be better.
Yeah. And it's 45 days into the year, and things looks good. So because yeah, here I think people just went back to doing their thing, but at least we people, everyone, you have to wear a mask. The normal, the restrictions, they're there, but the shops are back up. The hair salon is on. um Business is picking up, so we thank God for that. That was really hard last year, but the way it looks this year, things are picking up, so we're just praying it continues that way. you know so
Have they started up the outdoor markets yet there in Katali or no?
yes, they have started their outdoor market in Kitale.
Oh, good. So maybe the ladies will be able to sell a little few things,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I
it's probably going to
We are
take some
hoping starting next month. Yeah, it's gonna take some time, so we are just hoping starting March, April. There, I think things will start to pick up if it continues the way it is. But now there's like the political rallies and all that, so people are not actually following the rules. So we are also worried if we might go back to how it was. So we are just praying that at least people, wear masks and do the necessary. But we are hoping and praying that, by next month, at least the ladies will be able to sell some beads, because now the kids are in school. There's money for exam, money for this. So they're just praying they're able to sell some beads.
Yeah, because they have to pay for school fees and books and all that kind of stuff, right? So we were able to help how many kids?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
13?
We helped 13 of them. They go to school. It was so funny, because I think some of them have never worn shoes, or if they've worn shoes, it's like the Crocs, the open ones. Because you buy shoes and you're like, just put it on, because I'm used to Samantha, you just give her something and she, but for them we had to do it for them, because it was really, even walking, we were like, try to walk, it's like you're teaching them to walk in the shoes. I was
Oh,
like, yeah, it was funny, and I was like, oh my God, it's not funny, but it's like, at this age and time, you expect, in my mind, I'm like, a child who is 7 years old, they should at least have worn a shoes. So that was an eye opener for me also, not to assume or take things for granted. You know how we take things for granted? It's like,
yeah.
that's normal, I'm like, shoes of all things, but that was really a good lesson for me. So we thank God, they were so happy. Oh, I can't tell you, they were so happy. They were really happy. Especially Dixon. Dixon had given up on going back to school, because Joanne didn't have any money, and she was like, she has, because what she does, for her, since she doesn't know how to make beads, so she tends, like, when it's farming time, so they call, how they hire people to
Like tend the farm
weed
and
or
stuff.
to
Yeah.
tend the farm and all that. That's what she does. And now it's not planting season, so it's really hard for her. So Dixon had given up. So when I told her, tomorrow bring Dixon to town, I didn't tell her. I never tell them. I don't know why. So she was really happy. I never tell them. I'm like, just come to town. Let's meet in town. So she was really happy. And the child that she was carrying, it's like her granddaughter, because the girl got pregnant during COVID and the girl is in school. So the girl had to go back to school and leave her with a 1 month old. So she's taking care of her granddaughter.
Oh gosh,
It was
just like Elbit taking care of 4 grandkids.
Yes, yes, yes. It's
Gosh.
crazy,
Yeah,
what they do.
it's interesting about like what you say about taking for granted wearing shoes. Like, I got a closet full of shoes, and I remember being in the slum and a lot of kids running around barefoot. They just don't have shoes, or their shoes were all like, that's the pictures when they were all they were all ragged, coming apart and stuff. We take that for granted, that, oh, okay, like you said, you give Samantha, here, put on the shoes. I'm putting on the shoes. They're like, what's this?
Exactly, yes.
Well, and the same
It's
thing when you started meeting at the church and some of the ladies asked you how to use the toilet.
Yeah, I didn't even think it's like the last thing you think about, and it's like, madam, come. And I'm like, it was sad, and it just showed us, like, we are so privileged. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not complaining about anything, because I have so much, and even not just in terms of things, even knowing, even the knowledge. I just realized that having knowledge is a gift from God, because we know so many things, even like about COVID. Because I remember I had to start telling them what COVID is. It's not like us, we just go online and read. For them, it takes time for even them to get the information. So sometimes it's like, you just have to close your eyes and say thank you, because
Yeah, why I chose gratitude as one of my words this year, because it's like, you know, I have a house and I can go get food in my kitchen and I can go to the bathroom. I can take a shower. Those things that I've done since, you know, I've never lived in that level of poverty to understand what it would be like to not have a bathroom or go to the kitchen or have to struggle for food or have to struggle to feed my kids. I think about when my kids were little, if I had to struggle like they did to feed them, I don't know what I would do. I don't know that. And to not take anything for granted, which is why I'm so passionate. And I'm always telling people we're still raising money to make sure they have food until they can start supporting themselves again. And people have been,
that has been helpful. I can, you know, we have no words to express, because that has been really helpful for them the whole of last year. Like, they keep telling me, "Madam, we have never gone hungry." You know, in Kipsongo, that's something great. So
yeah.
we really appreciate everyone who has given towards that, you know.
Yeah. And you know, it's kind of like I've just like let it go by faith and just realized that God's going to provide, and He has every single month. There's been enough. I'm waiting on the check from the one organization, because I covered the uniforms out of the food pack money in advance of getting the check, and they said it's getting ready and it's coming, and so I'll be able to send, you know, funds again to get another set of food packs for them, which is I'm just so, you know, I can sleep at night knowing that they're not starving, that their kids are not starving. And then the fact that we got uniforms for them and giving their kids the opportunity to get educated, because education is a key to being successful. And you never know what gift one of them has, you know, and that to be educated and be able to understand and kind of work in the world, and who knows what could happen for them.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, how's the little dude and my little pink tornado Samantha?
She just turned 8 today.
Oh, today's her birthday.
Yes, today it's her birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's growing up so fast, you know. It's crazy. It was just the other day. Now she's 8, you know.
I can't
And the
believe.
little guy is just, he follows me everywhere. Even now, I'm just hiding. Because once he hears my voice, he's going to be here. The problem with him, he doesn't sit still. Now he wants everything, to grab everything, especially my phone. He loves my phone. I always
Oh,
say we share the phone, and it's even not mine.
yeah. Well,
But we're doing good. We thank God for all healthy. We are doing well.
that's great. I'm, you know, it's like I don't know, so many people have died from COVID, and so many people are still sick with it. I've known people who had it and been very sick, and I'm grateful that where my job is, I go in there a few times, and there's people actually we have like almost, I think, 350 people, and there's only been, I don't know, less than 10 cases since it started. So they were really good at the way that because people are still working in there. We do manufacturing, so they can't we do manufacturing for the US government, so they can't shut that down. The government was like, you're essential, you're not stopping work, just keep working. I'm thankfully working from home, but there's all the people that are making stuff. They can't work from home. You can't make, you know, it's a whole assembly line. So, but thankfully there have been very few cases there. And when somebody has a case, they contact trace and see who all has been around that person. When's the last time they were in the building? They lock their badge out so they can't get back in until they test negative. And they're really dialed in with it, and you know, they've been done really well at my company, so I'm grateful for that. But I miss being able to go to places like I was talking about. My idea for the paper beads. We have a lot of events here, and they make lanyards for people, that to have the name tag hanging from it, and it'll have like I think I've thrown all mine away. It's like it has the name of the event on it, and most people go and throw it away. And my idea is to clip the name tag on this, and they could even have it in the colors of their event. And this would be something that wouldn't get thrown away. They could either give it to somebody or wear it themselves, but it's a way to reduce waste. But we can't do that right now because we don't have any events going on. But that's a future idea for that. Either the medium paper beads or the long, like I've got a long one on that's doubled. I mean, you could do that. Hey, who's that? Who's that masked person that just snuck in there? Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Hi.
Who is that masked person? Wait, the mask is not pink. What is wrong with you? The mask is not pink. Happy birthday. Oh, the thing froze. Oh, hopefully it comes back. Looks like Layla's phone froze. So we'll wait a minute and see if it comes back. It's frozen on Samantha. Samantha's birthday is today. That's Layla's daughter, Samantha. But we'll see if it comes back. If not, you kind of heard how things are over there. Oh, here, it looks like it's coming back. Yay, okay. It froze for a minute.
Yeah.
What is that you were wearing? You're all masked. It's a different kind of mask. There's the little fashionista. There's a delay. Yeah. Well, so March 12th is when the president's going to make the decision, right? About completely to lift restrictions or not.
Yes.
And is there any?
At least they're lifted.
Yeah. I mean, I can't come over there and not go to Megabytes.
Yes.
Megabytes, for anybody who's listening, is the tandoori, like Indian food restaurant over there that we always go to after we've been doing, like whatever work we're doing. Oh, let's go to Megabytes. Then after a while, it's like, oh, I can't eat Megabytes anymore.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah. I miss that.
But
and
I feel
then
like
that broke up a little.
Yeah. But I think this time they are going to lift the restriction. But people come. So I feel like from now on, I'm like, with or without the restriction, you can come,
Yeah, I think because I have a big inspection on March 17th at work, and I've got a lot of responsibility to fix stuff before that. I don't think my boss would be happy if I said, I'm leaving for 2 weeks. She'd be like, no, you're not. So maybe I can plan. I can look at the calendar and see like after March 17th when I could come. Yeah, because I definitely want to come, and I want to see everybody. But I have to be able to hug people. We're not hugging here still. We're still social distancing and, elbow bumping and silly stuff. It's like.
Same here.
It's like, I don't know. But That's well, so I just wanted to, get a little update of what was going on in there. We can talk more after the broadcast is over. So I just wanted to tell everybody again, if you are interested in continuing to support the food pack program, basketsandbeadskenya.org, any amount, $5, $10, $100. I've had donations from $5 up to $2,000. So any amount you want to donate, or if you want to do in-kind donations, we can take those too. Like shoes is something we're looking at possibly getting for the kids and things like that. So or if you don't want to donate to the food pack program, but you want to specifically donate to school fees and school uniforms, you can do that too. But right now the immediate need is for the food pack program and making sure that our ladies and their kids have enough food to eat until they're able to really start earning on their own, and we're able to start increasing our sales here as well. So as that starts to climb, we'll taper off the food packs, but we are still providing those until we're sure that they can stand on their own 2 feet again. We were pretty close to that before, and then the pandemic hit, and it's been kind of a year of thankfully being able to support and provide food packs for them. So basketsandbeadskenya.org. And Layla is the person who I send her the funds, and she goes and she buys it all. And then her and Dorcas get together and they put it in bags and they deliver it. And she gets it over there to them. And so Layla's very instrumental, and she does all the work. I just get the money. I'm like, here it is. You do all the work, so thank you for all the work that you're doing and in supporting the ladies too. So I love you, Nakupenda, and I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you. All right, everybody, that's a wrap for today's Swahili Sunday. And you have anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No.
Okay, everybody. As always, Nakupenda, have a great Valentine's, and if you're listening after the fact, have a great day. And put a post in the comment of something that someone you love or something that you're grateful for. Always being grateful is something that we need to do, and showing love to our neighbor and ourselves. So love your neighbor, love yourself, and happy Valentine's, Nakupenda.